Okay, here we go.
Hey, how you doing? And welcome back to this week's blog,
Hello, hello.
blog or video or whatever you want to call it. All right, so here we go. This week's blog or vlog is entitled "Why Not Live While You're Alive?"
Well, that's a weird concept.
And it's like, oh, here we go again. No, seriously, why not live while you're alive? So, hello. All right. I hope you've been enjoying these last few videos, and they've been making the old gears move in the brain pan a little bit. Um, Here's something to keep in mind. Most of the health and wellness videos I watch and read focus on doing all that a person can do to save his life, namely the life of the individual himself. And you think, hey, that's a pretty good idea. Well, yeah, this is a good idea, but life is not something that can be saved per se, but it is absolutely something that can be created. And quite honestly, the only life a person has is that which he creates. And you have to keep that in mind. You know, these diseases don't just happen to you. If you were getting better from a back pain and all of a sudden now it starts to hurt again, it's not that it came back. You're hurting yourself again. It's like if you stabbed yourself in the arm with a knife and you get it sewn up and it's starting to heal and they take the stitches out and you wake up in the morning with a knife wound in your arm again. It's why? Well, it came back. No, you stabbed yourself in the arm with a knife again. All right? This is something that you have to keep in mind. So you cannot save life, but you can create life, and you can create as much of it as you can create. One of the problems with trying to save life is that one must create problems. All right?
Hmm.
And then seek a solution of or a cure of some type. Right? So if you're trying to save life, you're saving it from a problem. Oh, this is a problem. That's a problem. This is a problem. Oh, in order to save my life, I need this solution, that solution, this solution, that solution. And as we said in the previous blog, today's solution is tomorrow's problem, invariably.
Hmm. Yeah, I look at all this Ozempic, Mounjaro stuff, and you know it's a matter of time before you see the commercials that say, "Were you prescribed Ozempic or Mounjaro?" And here's an attorney with a lawsuit.
It's happening already.
You know,
Yeah.
you lose bone, you lose muscle, you lose good tissue as well as the fat when you're on those drugs, and it's dangerous unless you're really helping yourself by making sure your protein is up and you're not losing bone and things like that.
Yeah.
Anyway,
As such, there really is no sense in seeking cures when the reason most want a cure is to continue to live. Think about that. I want to live. I want to live. I want to live. I want to live. I want to keep living and stuff. So I need a cure, need a cure, need a cure, need a cure. First of all, stop causing the problems. Stop creating the problems. Then you won't need the cure. But for the most part, how about doing this? Just create more life. That would be the cure, wouldn't it? So why not just live today and not worry about all the other stuff? Because every place you go on the internet, everything you see, there's a cure, 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 fix, 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 fix. I'd read something in a religious flyer the other day over the weekend, and it was pretty interesting that most people pray to God to help God deliver them or to ask God to deliver them from their circumstance. And if there's anything God can actually do, it would be to change the individual's character so they're not putting themselves constantly in the situation and needing deliverance, needing a cure, needing salvation. Do you get what I'm saying? And I'm just trying to say this so that it can be understood, because the cures are not cures. They are the genesis of tomorrow's problem. And then, oh my gosh, and then one day, this is not good. This is not good. Bad things happen. We were just at a funeral over this past weekend. I'm telling you, man, that is not the way you want to go. Start living. Most focus on problems or issues that have already happened and not on creating more life and living this. Whoops. which more than likely would have prevented the need for not only a cure today, but possibly a need for a cure tomorrow. Isn't that interesting? Live, just live. Well, what does that? I don't know what that means. That's up to you. What does live mean? Live, live, get alive, right? I have an old dune buggy, right, and a couple of motorcycles. Because of my current lifestyle, I don't really create much time or opportunity to drive the buggy or ride the motorcycles. And as a matter of fact, these vehicles get most of the attention when they need to be serviced because something's broken or repaired or needs to be taken care of. And after I take care of that, I feel pretty good about myself. And then they sit and continue to degrade until they need more repairs and attention. That's an interesting thing because it says we tend to do this with so many things in our lives, especially with relationships and our health. If everything is good and doesn't need our attention and doesn't need to be repaired, we tend to ignore it, right? And go on with life. So I don't need to, yeah, everything's okay with Dr. Diane and I. So I really don't need to work on it. I don't need to add anything. I don't need to contribute. I don't need to create the relationship. It's all good, right? My back is okay. It's good right now. So I guess I don't need to walk or lift correctly
Or eat right.
eat right or anything else, right? Then all of a sudden, oh my gosh, my back, my this, my that, my wife doesn't love me anymore and everything else. Now we've got to hurry up and fix all this stuff. And it doesn't fix. You're creating it. You're the problem. You're the thing that needs to be fixed. As we said from that religious tract, God, and I'm not trying to be religious here, God can help you change your character. But when you constantly put yourself into situations where you're expecting deliverance from your circumstance, it's never going to happen. And it never happens. Good.
Asking for a miracle.
Right. But when would be the best time? And this is a great idea. When would be the best time? When would be the best time to get the most enjoyment of not only our things, but also our health and relationships? Think about that. You got these things, you got this health, you've got these relationships. When would be the best time to enjoy them? How about when they're working best, right? Why would a person work on something when it is broken, but then ignore it when it is working fine and could be a lot of fun?
That's a good question.
Why would you do that?
Yeah.
Why would you let something turn to crap, get in there and busily fix it, and now that it's fixed, go back to being the thing or doing the things that's going to allow that to turn to crap again? So now you've got something to do to fix. When the best time and the most fun to be had and the most enjoyment would be when something is working fine. You go for a car trip. Is it more fun to just get from A to B or push it 25 miles because it's out of gas in 110-degree weather with 4 flat tires? I know there's some of you that, oh, that sounds pretty cool. That's what we're going to do this summer. At any rate, so this is another plea to enjoy life and living. And in pursuing life, one will find himself the happiest and healthiest he will ever be. So there is your cure, creating life and living. All right. I'm Dr. Dave.
I'm Dr. Diane.
Yeah, if you think about it, hit the like button or subscribe. I guess I should ask all that stuff in the beginning. And any videos I watch, that's what they say. So please do that. Do you have any comments about
if you ever want to have a discussion with either of us, we'd be happy to talk to you. Like I was talking to a patient today. She was an older woman who's just become rather sedentary, and I got her to have the cognition, helped her have the cognition that she needed to move her body more because she was, those muscles were wasting away and she was getting fatty and not feeling very well. And I said, you need to move your body more. So she's going to go do a silver sneakers thing at the gym down the street and start being more active. And I think she'll feel a lot better about everything. And just, we're happy to help you kind of troubleshoot stuff. So just let us know.
Right, which is a good idea. But most people get this idea that, it's like, well, the only way to exercise is to hike to the top of Mount Everest. And it's like, well, I can't do that, so I guess I can never be healthy. Why not walk down the street?
Right.
Why not
Exactly.
walk out to the garage? Why not walk the dog?
You can increase your muscle mass by just simply walking. It's pretty amazing.
Yeah, why don't you
They
stoop
did a
down?
study on a bunch of 90-year-olds and found that they did that
Yeah, it
at
doesn't.
any age.
Yeah, and that's life. That's living. Movement, 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 motion, motion, motion.
Motion is the lotion, and movement is the key to strategic aging.
Yeah,
Think about it.
yeah. You got to move.
Yeah.
All right. We like to keep these under 10 minutes if we can. Hopefully we're there, and
Okay.
we'll see you back next week.
Okay. Bye, guys.
Hooray. Take care.